Hello, welcome back to the channel. I should have mentioned on the last video that we done that it was our 100th video. Forgot all about it, even though it's a big deal for us. Thanks for watching and thanks for subscribing. What I'm doing today is I'm going to make a quick bread. It takes an hour, there's no proving, there's a few ingredients. You put it into a cold oven and I'm sure you'll enjoy the process of this. So watch and I'll show you how to do it. Start off by greasing either a Pyrex dish or if you've got one, a casserole dish. All you do is put a little bit of olive oil in there, and what we're doing is just greasing this. I've heated up some water, and you want to check the temperature with one of these if you've got it. I've heated up the water to 40 degrees, thereabouts. If you've got one of these, it's very handy. If not, it's warm tap water. Right, this is the water that we warmed up earlier on to 40 degrees. In goes the yeast, and then give that a stir up. The stirring helps to activate the yeast. Now I'll put in some sugar and that helps even more. Right, now that I've put the sugar in, I'll continue stirring that. Right, the next thing I'm going to do is to put in some flour. In goes the olive oil. Next goes the salt. I'm now going to turn this on to its maximum speed to mix it all up for about 30 seconds. Don't turn it on to maximum speed immediately, otherwise you get a dust shower. Just gradually build it up. Put it on at a slow speed and just gradually increase it. You can see it starting to whip it up there. After you've finished mixing it, lift it off and just scrape down the sides of the bowl. And then the next part of what we do is to mix the dough up for a few minutes. Now that I've scraped down the sides of this, what I'm going to do is to put that back down and mix it up with a dough hook for 3 minutes. And that just begins the process of mixing this up, and we mix it up until it comes together. I've got this on quite a slow speed with the dough hook. You don't want to over mix it, because if you over mix it, what will happen is the glutens will become stretched, the dough will become tough, and you won't have a nice tasting bread. It won't be aerated. Don't work your dough too much. The dough hook has done its job. We'll take the dough out and we put it onto a lightly floured surface. Your dough should look a little bit like a brain, all the little bits and pieces, and all you want to do is just gently bring it together into a ball. Don't overwork it. This is now ready for the next thing that we're going to do. This now goes into the bowl that we greased with olive oil earlier on. Put it in and just move it about. We move it about. That prevents it from sticking to the sides. To give it that artisan look, get yourself a knife, serrated edge, and cross the bread. This goes into a cold oven with a lid on it. That initially goes in the oven for 40 minutes at 220 degrees. What we do then, after the 40 minutes, we'll have a look at it and see what it feels like. I usually turn it over and then cook it for another 15 minutes to get it lovely and crusty. It's now time to take the loaf out of the oven and have a look after it's been in there for 40 minutes. This is the bread after it's been in the oven for 40 minutes. It clearly isn't ready, but that's what I expected anyway. This usually takes an hour. So what I'll do is I'll take this out of the bowl, quite easy to come out, and then we'll put this back in the oven. Now, when I put it back in the oven, I'm going to add some steam into the oven. Steam helps your bread get soft inside, so that's what I'm going to do now. Right, I've used my loaf and I've put that back in the oven for another 20 minutes, then it should be done. There is our lovely loaf done. That's after an hour, and that's what I said it would take. Now all I have to do is let that cool down, and then we'll cut into it and have a taste and see what it's like. As you can see, it's got a nice texture on there, not too close, and I'm sure that that will taste good. I'm now going to ask Jack to come round and test it. He's my chief taster, filmmaker, videographer and everything else. So I'm on a low carb diet.
Hello everyone.
Hello. He likes a...
Bloody hell, yeah, not that much. Go on, that'll do.
Okay, there you are.
I like it when bread's still warm, it's nice. Let's have a look. Really good, mate.
Yeah. Considering that this is a loaf that only takes an hour, there's no proving, there's no heavy kneading. It really is a very good one to make. All you do, just mix the ingredients up in the mixer, put it in a cold oven and you're done.
Yeah, it's different. It's certainly very easy. Out of all the loaves we've made in this kitchen, that's probably the easiest one, wouldn't you say?
Yeah,
But
definitely.
it's nice. It's got a different texture to it as your normal standard loaf. It's a bit denser, but it's yeah, I quite like it.
It's a quick loaf to make.
Yeah.
If you haven't got anything in the house, make this one in an hour. You've got bread for sandwiches or whatever else you want.
That's it. Yeah, nice stuff.
Good. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next week for another video. And don't forget, like and subscribe.